We got in the brand new SewTites Magnetic Cutting System that we've all been waiting anxiously for. From what we gather, it's pretty revolutionary for the cutting process. But is it really? We're gonna find out here today, together. But what we're gonna find out in this video is, who is this system for? Is it for you? What makes it so different from other cutting systems? And a little demo. Let's open it. Still there? Great, me too. I need water. So one really nice thing is it comes in this big, storable and toteable box. It's got a handle up here so you can carry it easily and stow it away when you're done. So I'd be very careful cutting the tabs. Let's flip it over and see what's inside. You open it up, beautiful packaging. Obviously, you've got your mat underneath, some nice foam to protect it all. You've got your boosters and a little owner's kit. You've got all the information that you need right on this card. Very helpful. I'm gonna go ahead and take all the boosters out. Oh, there's 12 in total. I shouldn't do that. First impression, it's definitely very thick. It's got 7 layers, and I've got a mat underneath it that's definitely a lot thinner and a lot lighter. The reason that this is gonna be kinda heavy is because it's got the magnets inside, but it's very sturdy, very durable, I can tell. Let's go ahead and get the other mat out of the way. The size of this is a 20 by 24, so it fits a full fat quarter, which is really nice. You can see all of your measurements. A lot of mats do not come in a size that fits a fat quarter, so this is very helpful. And then we've got the ruler that has beautiful turquoise numbers, and you can see it's got the magnets right in the middle. The magnets obviously are gonna help it to stay on the mat without shifting. And then you can put your boosters on top of the magnet to make it even stronger. So let's go ahead and test that out. Oh, you can't feel what I'm doing. I'm sure on the video it looks like I'm just lifting up the ruler, but this is sticking. I can feel it. A nice perk about this ruler is it has beveled edges. I don't know if you've ever run into this situation before, but sometimes when you put a ruler on the mat, it's hard to pick it back up. And especially if you're gonna add magnets on this and it's gonna be even more stuck to the mat, adding the beveled edges was a very smart idea on their part. You can pick it up pretty easily. Something also a little different about this ruler that I've noticed is it's got your 1-inch lines and it's got your 1/2-inch lines, but it also shows you the 1/2 inch with the numbers. So you've got your 1/2 inch here to your 1/2 inch here, and it's written out for you. If you don't want the numbers, you can flip it to the back and use it that way. The mat is actually the same way. You've got your 1-inch on one side, and then you've got your 1/2 inches on the other side. So depending on how you like to use your mat, you can just turn this around and use it to your preference. The big question, why would we want a magnetic cutting system? There's a few reasons. Number one, have you ever been cutting fabric and your ruler shifted and your heart stopped for a good 1/2 second because you know that your line is now uneven? This is gonna help eliminate that problem. Apparently, I haven't used it yet. Let's test it out. I'm not worried about, okay. So even without the boosters, it's got some tug to it, or no tug, I should say. Or no, yes, tug, or I don't know. All right, let's see how this goes. Now, typically when you're cutting your fabric, you wanna cut it, get to a point, and then inch your way back up here, cut it, and that's gonna help the ruler not to shift. I'm not even gonna move my hand and see how it does. That was lovely. Quite liked that. Let's use a different ruler that is not magnetic and see how that goes. Where's it at? I had one. Am I going crazy? Let's try this one. I'm gonna do a little push test and put the regular ruler here and the magnetic ruler here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Can you see that difference? Ha 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 ha. It's not that easy to push it. With the boosters, I can only imagine. I'm getting really excited. So, First person it's great for is if you struggle getting straight lines because your ruler slips on just normal cutting. The second person that this would be great for is if you have hand cramps, shoulder pain, neck pain, because typically when we're cutting, we're pressing down really hard. And especially if you're cutting over and over and over, your hand starts to cramp, or your shoulder and your neck starts to cramp. This is gonna help reduce that pain. So if you have arthritis, this is gonna be amazing for you. This is gonna be a game changer. What if you're somebody that sews through thick fabrics, such as quilted pieces, leather, cork, the list goes on. Or maybe you're trying to sew through multiple pieces of fabric at once to save time, but obviously the thicker fabric you're working with, the more possibility you're gonna have that your ruler will shift. That's when the boosters come in handy. So I don't have a quilted piece here, so I'm just gonna pretend like I do and put one together. So let's use this as our backing. We've got some batting here to make it a little thick, and then some more fabric. Actually, I'm gonna use this as my backing because I can't see what I'm doing. This actually would be kind of cute together. Not gonna lie. Doesn't have to be cute, I'm just testing this out. Now for the fun part, let's add the boosters. That surprised me. Yeah. Okay, now you can use all 12 boosters if you really have to. The ones that are obviously on the magnet, they're gonna be the strongest because you put a magnet together and another magnet together and you're just doubling that power. But these can really go anywhere on the ruler. Yeah, they don't feel as strong as when they're on the magnet. You're just decreasing the possibility of shifting. If I were to just put this on the table, you just shift it around. If I put it on here, see the difference? I'm gonna take these extra ones off and see how this does. I think I need to swap my rotary blade out. I also kind of wonder how it'll work if I just lift it. Should I do that? Okay. Now what if I put them all on there? Oh gosh, I'm making a mess. Is it moving? Wow. The next person that this could be good for is if you fussy cut. So say you're working with fabric and you want to cut out a very specific thing. Maybe it's like a pumpkin or a whale, or maybe I want the word ABC and harvest and sweaters to show up. So I want this specific section. Now, if I did not have this stuck here, the problem that we would run into, I would start to cut, but then when I come to these spots, I would have to turn my mat around and then risk a huge possibility of my fabric shifting around while turning. Especially if you're working with a much larger piece of fabric that gets caught in the table or something like that. The idea is you should be able to put your magnets on so that your fabric doesn't go anywhere. Let's see. They're not moving. And there you have it. If you have the smaller, cute little SewTites, you can even put those on there too. This could also be used for paper piecing, garment sewing, and using stretchy fabrics. There's so many possibilities. A couple other little bonuses is they have this system for right-handed users, but they also have a completely separate system for left-hand users. So if you're a lefty, I think it's really cool that they didn't leave you guys out. And another bonus is that you have two different sides. You have a dark gray side and a white side. A couple of reasons that that's good is depending on what fabric you're using, one of the other sides could make it easier to see what you're doing. The other reason is if you use social media for your sewing, you can use whichever side is more aesthetically pleasing. I think it's a pretty neat, well-through product. And again, it's gonna be great for those who wanna reduce mistakes, reduce time spent cutting fabric because you're gonna make less mistakes. It's great for those who have hand cramps, arthritis, neck cramps, shoulder pain. So it's very ergonomic. It's gonna be great for those who deal with thicker fabrics, minky, cork, quilted pieces, slinky or stretchy fabrics for garment sewing. It's gonna be great for paper piecing and fussy cutting. It fits a fat quarter. With its box, it's toteable, portable, and organizable. And it works great with other SewTite products. Overall, I think it's a great product to keep in your inventory.